Obsessional desire is something that you can develop and build. The biggest problem with younger people, they're like, I'm not passionate about it. I don't have passion for it. I'm not this, I'm not that. I'm waiting for inspiration. No, you wake up and you get to it. You force yourself to be passionate. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Maurice Taylor is back in the seat.
Yes, I'm here.
He was feeling left out.
A little.
It's the Greg Vetter podcast with Go Mo.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about obsessional desire per your request.
Yes. I don't know if it's a desire of just obsession of anything of your choice. It's usually for professionals what they do.
Yeah.
You know, football players' obsession is football. Shannon Sharp obsession was football.
And now it's women.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk on obsession. Is it good or is it bad or is it no correct answer for that? It's just, and can you turn it off or can you turn it on? You know what I'm saying? And how much obsession is good, and does only obsession achieve success?
Well, I think there's different levels to the strength of obsessional desire. I think in the beginning, when I first read about it in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, I needed to figure out what that meant for a non-sport. I understood it completely in lacrosse. I know what it takes from a lifting perspective, nutrition, focus, sacrifice. I knew what that meant. Figuring out how to do that in the real world with bills for a job that you may or may not actually care about was a different level of practice and work, because you basically had to brainwash yourself.
Right.
Because it's easy to become obsessed for something that you grew up loving, that you were then able to turn into a profession.
That's me.
Art for you, music for others, sports for others. That's, in my opinion, clear cut. I know what it takes. I know what the benchmarks are. I know who's great. I know who's not great. I know where I fall in the middle of it. I know if I can improve my strengths. I know if I can improve my weaknesses. There's data there. Art, maybe not as much, but you figured out a way to do some of that stuff. Music, same thing, unless you're, a concert pianist or something. Like, you can either play the unbelievably complex sheet of music or you can't. But it's really difficult in work, because in the grand scheme of things, is anybody obsessed about health insurance? Probably not.
No.
Is anybody obsessed about salad dressing? Probably not. So then how do you take this thing that I knew, that you know, but some people may not know, and how do you create it for something you're not actually obsessed with? That's harder than the pro athlete stuff or the music stuff. So I had to brainwash myself straight up.
But could that be, so you might not had an obsession for salad dressing.
Right.
And you're saying that you brainwash yourself to be obsessed with salad dressing.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not that. Maybe you're just obsessed with being great at whatever you do.
That is true.
So your obsession to being great is, you can put me anywhere and I'm a dominate.
Well, it is, once you figure out I actually talked about this in my TED talk about the dinner habit, where it's a template for success. When you can master a subject or come close to mastery, that's a template. You know the level of commitment that it takes to do something at a very high level. There's going to be varying degrees of differences and everything else, but you understand what it means. You know, if you have a race coming up, or when you did that bodybuilding show,
Yeah.
there was a moment where it was game time and everything you were doing was focused on that moment. Figuring out how to reduce that down into a sustainable and digestible daily kind of routine of like every day's game day for work, that's what took me a while to figure out, because you can obsess over it to a very unhealthy place, but then finding out how to not burn out and do it sustainably, that was really the art form of obsessional desire over an extended period of time. So the sustainability side of not burning out while maintaining obsessional desire into small, digestible little bites, that was the thing that I had to figure out. Because anybody can get super obsessed on something for a week or a month.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or 6 months, but can you do it for 15 years? That's hard.
That's when you got to learn to love it.
You got to learn to love it. You got to learn when to turn it off. And then you've got to develop all of these other disciplines that aren't the disciplines that you thought you needed.
I can see that too.
Like the discipline of turning it off because tomorrow's a new day. The discipline of true, methodical, strategic organization. Am I organized to dominate the day? Do I know what tomorrow's objectives are? Am I disciplined enough to walk out of the office when my objectives are done so I don't distract anybody else from accomplishing their objectives? Am I preparing the next day to be able to operate at 100%? Because that's what you see. You see people going, I'm going to work 15, 16-hour days. You're probably not hydrated. You're probably not nourished. You're probably cracked out on caffeine or nicotine or God knows what else. So you're most likely tomorrow not waking up at 100%. Let's say you wake up at 90%.
Yeah, especially if you go to sleep late.
Go to sleep late. So then you do that over the course of a week or 2 weeks. The next thing you know, you're operating at 20%. But you're still trying to put forth the effort. So I think the key for sustained obsessional desire is the continued commitment of figuring out how to be at 100% every day so that you can commit the correct level of obsessional desire to achieving your goals.
And I think also, just, and I don't know if it's along the lines of obsession, but if you're in your thing, when you're not at, full potential rate. And that's kind of when I usually tell myself, all right, I can just, let me go and chill out now. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's close the laptop down. I think I'm done for the day. And then I may go and, probably do some sketching or watch some TV and just say, you know what, I'm going to get back up at it in the morning. Because in the morning, that's when you usually running.
Brain is fresh.
I love them. I've been falling in love with mornings lately. So it's just like in the morning, opening up those windows, hearing the birds chirping, or that's usually after my walk. And then it's just something about that morning time. You just sitting there nice and quiet.
New beginnings.
Nice cup of coffee.
Now the sun's coming up early, man.
Yeah. Nice cup of coffee and just, You just get to it. Yeah, you're fresh.
I saw something really funny on social media, and it was like, I now know why my dad sat at the kitchen table with a cup of coffee and said nothing for hours in the morning.
I seen that. I seen that
I
one.
was like, so fucking true, man.
Yeah, the one I seen was somewhere along the same lines. It was like, I feel my dad now. Just out here waking up. What they say about the 40-year-olds? It's like, hey man, don't be calling me no last minute and telling me, hey man, come on, let's come outside. He's like, I'm too old to be coming outside. I got to know who all gonna be there.
Yep.
Where we going at?
100%.
And how long? And why we leaving out at 9:00
At night? Hell no.
He said, man, this is my bedtime. I'm in bed at 9:00.
People ask me, hey man, you're in shape. You should get into this over 40 league for fill in the blank sport. I'm like, what time you guys play? 9:00 at night on Wednesdays. I'm like, that ain't happening, brother.
Yeah, that 9, just 9.
Anything 8, I'm not doing that. Dude, no, hell no. It's not happening.
And then during the day, I'm usually with the kids.
Yeah.
And that morning, I'm in work.
I don't have time for that.
I only got Saturdays. Sunday, I want to get ready for Monday.
Dude, I don't have that. But I do think the obsessional desire stuff, it is something that you can develop and build. Because I think the biggest problem that I hear just from, I guess, everybody, but usually you hear it with younger people, they're like, I'm not passionate about it. I don't have passion for it.
And that's a whole different conversation in itself.
I'm not inspired.
Yeah.
I'm not motivated.
Passion.
Right. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm waiting for inspiration. And it's, no.
You're going to wait forever.
Right. You wake up and you get to it.
And then you see what develops.
You create the self-fulfilling prophecy of success. You force yourself to be passionate about it. And then eventually you probably will find some component of it that you have passion on. Because the flip side of that is people that take something that they love and try and turn a business into it and then fucking hate it.
Yeah, then they wind up hating it.
Right? Like when we started this lacrosse training business in 2006 or something, 2006 or 7, I don't even know. And it was strength and conditioning, nutrition, lacrosse skill. It was everything that we were doing as college and professional lacrosse players, and we were providing like a total platform. Like we weren't just doing lacrosse skill work. We were doing the whole thing of what was required if you really wanted to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And it lasted probably 12 weeks. We made a lot of money doing it.
12 weeks?
We were running like 6-week programs of 10 kids, 12 kids in each one. Parents would pre-buy the program. Because the thing we were also trying to teach people was like, you've committed to something. This isn't pay when you show up, and if you don't show up, you don't pay. It's like being on a team. There's consequences to not showing up.
Right.
But what we found at the end of it was nobody was willing to do what was required to actually be successful. Like we were trying to teach this one kid how to simply warm up, like do high knee skips.
Mm-hmm.
He could not go opposite leg, opposite arm. He would
Just
go double. He would go right arm, right leg, left arm, left
like
leg.
that?
Yes.
Like a toy soldier.
Like an idiot. And we're trying to teach him this shit. Like he's not very athletic. And we're trying to teach him. And his mom's like, hey, he really wants to learn how to shoot behind the back. And we're like, he can't run, let alone shoot behind the back. Like we are
That's not something we teach. That's something you just
and
do
it's
on
like,
your own.
and we're so far away from that being something we teach this specific kid. He has so many other things he needs to learn first. She's like, well, he wants to shoot behind the back. I'm like, he doesn't know how to move.
He doesn't know how to move.
Like, what are you talking about? We're not going to something very advanced when he can't walk. And Brian and I just kind of sat there and we're like, dude, we're shutting this thing down. Fuck this. We're not doing this anymore. And it made me so frustrated with the state of affairs as it applied to lacrosse training. I was like, I'm not fucking doing this. We're not dedicating our lives to people that don't actually care and just kind of want the surface level bullshit.
Right. Was it more the parents or was it more the athlete?
It's both, right? Like the kids think they're better than they are. They don't listen. They think everything's a joke. They're too cool to work hard. They don't do all the little things you tell them to do that are required so that each time you get together, they're progressing in the correct way. And this is a universal thing. This isn't specific to these kids. And it was just one of those things where it was like, I don't like this anymore.
Right. And that killed you still like lacrosse, but
Love
you
it.
didn't like that.
But I didn't like being in a business doing it.
Right.
Versus salad dressing, which I didn't give a shit about at all.
You enjoyed that.
I enjoyed creating and inventing things that had never been done before. Clean manufacturing. Bringing manufacturing back to, America. And we went in Baltimore and building equipment and creating brands and launching products and creating the clean eating movement.
Yeah, I was ready to say that.
And participating in all of that stuff, that became something that I could brainwash myself to become obsessed with.
Yeah, that was give everyone in the world healthy.
Yeah, we wanted clean food for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I can get behind that. And that's something where it was like we took something that nobody cares about and I didn't even really care about. And then I forced myself to love it in a way that allowed it to be a sustainable obsession. And again, there's different levels and different tiers to the obsessional desire required. In the beginning, I just had to figure out how to do it. So I was, let's say, 100% 24 hours a day. Then I'm like, well, that's not really sustainable. So let's bump it down to 90. And then I found a sweet spot somewhere of early morning work up, early morning wake up, journal, meditate, pray, write, ice bath, sauna, gym, kids, breakfast, work, execute at a high level, make an impact, design stuff, do cool shit, grow, scale, shut it down when, my brain doesn't work anymore. Don't try and force it, recharge and plan for the next day, and then wake up and do it all over again.
Right.
And that really is the key, because it's not the one day or the 1 week. It's like, how long can you do it?
So does obsession then run out? Like, is obsession just a thing that you just say? Or do you say it, or do people put that description on to you?
I think it's probably both, because you have to get to, it's not unnatural, but it's not normal for the average person to dedicate themselves to something at that level. They don't want to do it. They're not used to it.
Yeah, a lot of people just can't even find something.
Well, and I think that's my whole point. It's like you don't need to find something. You just need to decide. It's not finding something.
But I think that's what people think it is.
No, I know. They want a passion. They want a lightning bolt moment. They want, this epiphany. They want to hear from God. And it's not that. It's, I'm going to do something. And this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to give 100% of everything that I am to this. And I'm going to see how far I can take it with no excuses. And if you can do that, and the no excuses part is very important, you will be amazed with what you can do.
Right.
Because you can give yourself 100% to something. And then the first obstacle, you go, oh, it just didn't work. It's like, Yeah,
you got to keep on going. That's probably when obsession because maybe that's when it's defined. Maybe you have it or you don't. If you're quitting after the first thing, then no, you're not obsessed with it. But if you like, nah, I'm going to get this.
Well, and I had an interesting conversation with my kids when I was trying to explain what level 10 effort is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you step on a field, and it's not just a field, it's anything. You walk into a place, it should be a level 10 effort. I don't care what you're doing.
Right.
And they go, well, what's that? I am giving this effort. I am doing this. I am doing that. And I go, let me frame it like this. You're going into a game. And I say, if you don't score 2 goals, I'm going to kill your family. Will you score 2 goals in that game?
I'm going to score like 17 goals.
Every kid in the car, 100%. No one would be able to stop me. I go, and that's my point. You all don't do that. You're not there yet. You haven't figured out. And I go, and you don't need some super fucking dark motivator like your family's going to die.
Like Bane.
Right.
I was born in the darkness.
Yes. I was like, you can figure out what your motivators are. But figuring out if it's, you have positive motivators, you have negative motivators. But for shits and giggles, let's use negative motivators.
Right.
If I don't do this, here are the consequences. Here's who I'm letting down.
Right.
Here's why this is not okay. Here's how this is going to negatively affect my life moving forward. And I think negative motivators are probably not as sustainable, but they're easier to think through for me anyway.
Yeah, negative motivators are good for movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every movie is a negative motivator. You don't get positive motivators don't make for good stories.
Yeah, I mean, even The Pursuit of Happiness, they were negative motivators.
Yeah.
He couldn't pay his bills. He had no electricity. He was going to lose his kid. They're sleeping in a fucking bathroom.
In the train station.
There's crackheads banging on the door. He's got no clothes. Negative motivators. Now, positive things ended up happening. There is the positive side of I want to do all of this because I want to be an All-American. I want to be the greatest that's ever lived. I want to do this. I want to do that. That's good for some people. For me in the beginning, all my motivators were negative. I'm going to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
I'm going to do these things. I'm going to, here are the consequences if I don't give 100% today. I'm going to lose my spot. And so that was just easier for me. But the level 10 effort side for anybody, and this is what I used to tell myself. It's like, if I don't fucking get this done, which all of this is true, by the way, I can't pay my mortgage. My kids will not eat food. My parents will lose their house. I will be the greatest failure that has ever lived.
Yeah, that was a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Yeah. And I got strong. Right? That's the beauty of lifting heavy shit.
Yeah.
You get stronger. But then the motivators began to leave the negative motivator side and move into the positive motivator side, which was like, I want to be a great example for my kids. I want to show them what is possible in the world. I want to be a positive influence on their lives as a dad and as a coach and as a mentor and
just
all
to
that.
show them, give them something to look up to. You never know who watching. It might not even be your kids. It might be somebody else's kids or another person.
Well, and for boys, I want to show them what a man can be if they put their mind to it. And for my girls, obviously, I want them to see who their dad is. Same thing. Anything's possible. But I also want to let them know from a future partner perspective.
He should be doing these types
He
of
should be
things.
doing this type of shit.
Yeah.
So when my girls are bringing boys home or they tell me they got a crush on somebody, I'm like, let's talk about it.
How much you bench?
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about it. Let's see what's up with it. So I think the motivator side is important. It helps with the obsession side. It allows it to be sustainable if you can figure it out for yourself. But again, it's one of those things where you're not going to achieve great things without that level of obsession.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going.
You're just not gonna do it.
That was the next one I was going so you need obsession to become successful.
I think so.
Yes, that's point blank. That's a part of the ingredients.
I don't know how you could dedicate and commit yourself
without it.
Especially when you're talking about great things. Like, okay, yeah, you don't have to be obsessed if you're like working at a big company in fucking HR or some shit. You just have to be able to execute your job. That's why people go and work there, because they leave at 5 o'clock and they don't have to do shit.
They don't have to think about nothing else once they get off work.
Yeah. And all the things that they think about in the grand scheme of that are just made up, petty. I mean, you want to talk about dealing with fucking problems? Come talk to us. These people do not have problems in big corporate life.
So with your obsession, because I remember you saying like you require no recognition, like your scale of wanting the people to tell you, Greg, you're doing a great job.
Social recognition.
Yeah, your social recognition is, I guess, 0. Whereas mine might be up a little bit. Sometimes I want people to say, ass, more nice. You know what I'm saying? But then
ass.
But then I
more nice.
Yeah, but then I get kind of, I wouldn't say shy, but then I get kind of standoffish when they do talk about me. I'm like, okay, all right. But I do want you to say
You just want some driblets.
But I do want you to say it.
Just not around me.
Yeah. Talk good about me behind my back. But so with that being said, and you being obsessed about certain things, when that recognition comes, how does that make you feel? Because I think that's where we're opposite at. I mean,
in the corporate side, I was just happy for the team that we were recognized, because I think it validated their decisions to come work at Tessie Mays and do that journey. So I didn't care that we were getting it. I was very happy that we would get stuff because other people really liked it. They thought it was important.
Yeah.
So that part was great.
Accolades and things like that.
And in the beginning, I'm sure. In the beginning, I thought awards meant something. You know, I'm like, oh wow, because again, growing up in college and everything else,
Yeah. And
you're reading magazines. That's where you're getting your fucking info.
And they always getting awards.
Right. So you're like Inc. Magazine's Entrepreneur of the Year. Oh my God. You know, Times Person of the Year. People Magazine.
You were great.
Yeah. Well, that's what you thought. And then you get it and you go, this is all a fucking joke. Somebody paid somebody to get this. This doesn't mean anything. This doesn't do shit. And so when we continued to get them, I never downplayed the awards because I knew other people cared.
Right.
But once we got some big ones, I was like, this means nothing. It doesn't help us at all. You know, like we don't get any money.
Right.
Give me money. I don't need a plaque.
Yes, I can see that. So, I had a good question too. The awards, the accolades, once you get them, they mean it's not all what you cracked up, what you thought about it being.
It only matters if you're able to do something with it.
And once you get them, not saying you, but I hear people saying now that they know their eyes on them, they tend to work a little bit different than when they didn't have.
No, I don't give a shit.
Then you know what I'm saying, when they didn't have awards. So
yeah,
they trying to make all the right little decisions because they don't know what it's going to do, or they don't want people to look at them different, or whatever it may be. But when you're under the radar, you just do whatever feels good to you because you're not known yet. You just do your own thing.
Well, I think that's the
how would a person keep that mentality? And I know the straightforward answer is just don't care, just do.
Well, I think Dave
doing what you
Chappelle
do.
figured it out. He moved to fucking Ohio to a farm. Like he figured out how he writes jokes and what's sustainable for his life. And I think he puts all of his punchlines in a punch bowl or something above his fridge. And he figured out that as his fame grew and he was more in the scene, it was taking more and more from him. So he went and fucking moved to Ohio. That's where he lives. And I think if you can figure out a way to figure out how you created the shit, what was the process? What was the environment that allowed you to find creativity and edge and all this shit? And then manage that and figure out how to package it. And again, you don't have to be eating ramen in the hood. Like, I don't need to move back to my fucking little ass townhouse. But I know what allowed me to like create stuff. And so then I've tried to maintain that and then figure out how to increase that type of creative energy and motivation so that I can do more of it.
Right.
And I think really what that means is you need to eliminate distraction. Because you get famous, you move to a city, it's only distraction.
Yeah, everybody gonna be wanting to see you.
They want to see you. There's always something to do. There's always a party to go to. There's always some event you've got to be at. There's always some bullshit.
That's distraction.
That's a fucking distraction. But if you live on a farm, regardless of your money, regardless of the businesses you have, and you don't accept all the parties and you don't do all the bullshit, and you only do the things that are important and allow you to focus, you're probably going to sustainably do what you need to do.
Yeah, because really all you want to do is make money and have enough money to do whatever you want when you wake up and not have a time schedule of somewhere or someplace that's dependent on you needing to be and you need to get something done.
Yeah.
And when you make that much money or you get that money accumulated, you can do your own projects. So you believe that's where you're at right now?
Um, yeah. I mean, that's what we're doing now. I think, I came to the dramatic conclusion the other day after a couple different things happened, but one of which was like I saw some stupid bar chart on Instagram that 90% of the time with your parents is over when you're 18.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm still trying. Me and my dad still trying to get to the movies. I think me and my dad, we only go to the movies maybe once or twice a year.
90%. So there's that. Then I think about my parents' age.
Yep.
Then I think about my kids' age. So my daughter, she finished her freshman year in high school. She's got 3 more years and she's fucking gone.
God dang, that was fast.
Right? So fast.
Sorry about that. I don't know if that's gonna stop over there. So. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I thought to myself, well,
You got 3 more years.
This is the time. I don't need to be distracting myself with larger ventures right now. I got to be figuring out how to be focusing and allocating all my time to the things I care about the most in this relatively small window where all my babies are home.
I was thinking about that too, because they say the best time in like taking trips, the most memorable trips as a kid is from the age from 7 to I think they said 12
That seems right.
or something. Those childhood trips that they will remember. Because I remember when I went to Florida with my grandmother and my grandfather. First time I think I ever been on a plane. That's probably the only trip we probably took with my grandparents, on the plane was to Florida. We didn't travel a lot. We did a lot of stuff where we was at.
Yeah, I mean, we drove.
Yeah.
Anywhere we were going, we were driving.
Yep. So, but I was just thinking, and when I'm like, God damn, I don't want to spend this money on this trip. But then I think about, God damn, my daughter already 8.
Dude.
12. In the next 4 years, she's going to the 3rd grade. She's going to be in middle school in like 2 years.
Dude. It's crazy. So what I'm trying to do right now is focus on this window of time because I know it's never going to happen ever again.
It's the only time you get.
This is the only time.
I'm in the same, yep.
Parents are alive and healthy. Kids are all still home. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's happy. This is like a window in time that's not ever going to happen ever again. So could I be doing more stuff more aggressively right now? Yes, I could. Would that take away from what I'm doing right now with my babies? Yes, it would. So am I willing to do it? No, I'm not. I'm going to figure out how to do all this shit here.
Yeah.
And when it's time to, unleash holy hell and travel all around the world and do that shit, I'll do it. But my obsessional desire for success is not limited to business or material success at all.
Right.
It's my kids, my health, being present, quality time, positive experiences, and just being with the people I care about.
That's usually why you do everything in the beginning.
Well, in the beginning, yes.
That
and then everybody loses their way.
That's a positive what you saying, a positive motivator or whatever.
Yeah, or a negative motivator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why that was one of mine too, was just to make my grandmother proud of me.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure she's very proud of you.
That was a strong one. And then I was like, okay, maybe I should try to do something for myself. Sometimes I try to do it for myself, but outside of that, it's just make my family proud of it.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, I mean, what else? What else is there to do but
Nothing.
try to keep evolving and try to be great?
That's it.
You know. And yeah, I may be obsessed with what I do. I think I learned how to, like you say, turn it off and on.
Yeah.
But sometimes it gets stuck on.
Yeah. Well, that's true with anybody.
Yeah, because I could sit at my computer. If I didn't have a wife or a kid, I could sit at my computer from sun up to sundown to weeks to months on end and just create stuff all day long.
Yeah.
Fall asleep and wake up at the computer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my thing. Creating.
Yeah. Well, you do a good job of it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, always trying to get better. Always.
I'll
trying
talk
to
behind your back about it.
Okay. Thank you. I love it. You know this guy, Mo. So good. Oh. Yeah. All right. So, I mean.
I think that's good.
Yeah. You want to go on, sign us out.
Greg Vetter Podcast, Obsessional Desire with Go-Go Mo. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.